It's episode 16 of my series, Buy and Try, where I find vintage dishes at the thrift store that have recipes on them, and then I make that exact recipe. Today, I am making sweet cherry pie. I'm also trying out a new pie crust. This was recommended by a follower, so thank you for that. The reason I don't use the rollout pie crust is because they're not halal, and my husband only eats halal, so I want to be a good wife and share with him. Some more follower advice. I popped out the pie crust while it was still frozen. Thank you guys. I read the comments and they're mostly nice and very helpful, and you guys are definitely helping me improve, so I appreciate that. Back to the recipe. Okay, it told me to drain the cherries. I don't think it was expecting me to get this kind of cherry, but this is the only cherry I could find. The other one just said cherry pie filling. This one just said cherries, but I realized there was absolutely no point in draining this. This must have been for a different kind of cherry, so I just added it to the bowl. And then I added some sugar and tapioca together and gave that a good stir and then poured that on my cherries. I mixed and mixed, but there seemed to be these white little bits that weren't coming out. So I was like, I hope that's okay. I hope that's what it's supposed to look like. Never cooked with tapioca, so just hoping for the best. You know me. Then I dotted it with some butter, and that was it for the filling. I was like, wow, this is an easy pie if this works out. This is a great one. For the top pie crust, I let this one thaw, and I was like, I'm just gonna smush this all together and then roll it out because I bought a baking pin. Baking pin? Is that what it's? Rolling pin, whatever. So I rolled that out, and this is also this could be a tip if you want to make your store-bought crust look homemade. Do it this way. And another tip, you guys are being so helpful. I just rolled it on my rolling pin to move it on top of the pie. Then I tried to crimp the edges, but there wasn't a whole lot of dough to work with. I then slashed my pie. Oh my God, it sounds so macabre, to let her breathe. And she's ready to go, looking pretty promising. In the oven for 10 minutes at 425, and then I lowered it to 350 for 40 minutes. I realized I did not seal the edges properly because she was bursting at the seams. But I was like, you know what? It looks kind of cute. It's like a little border. It gives her some personality, some attitude, and it certainly smelled delish. Here's the taste test. Tastes delish. It's like the traditional cherry pie flavor. Nothing out of the ordinary, just classic and wonderful. I also think I prefer this pie crust over the other kind I use, so thank you again for that recommendation. I give this recipe a stamp of approval.